Welcome to Seymour from the Front Pew podcast, coming to you from the broadcast studio at Seymour First Baptist Church in Seymour, Tennessee, and featuring thoughts and discussions around loving God, loving others, making disciples, and living the life. I am your host, Tiger Brooks, and now, on to the podcast.
That was real bougie.
And welcome back in to Seymour from the Front Pew, where we have just come off of having a little fun with Sean, who, as we were recording this yesterday, Sean Trollinger, our student minister, preached for the very first time here at Seymour First Baptist Church. And he did a wonderful job.
Yeah,
he really did well. Really he handled the text beautifully, but he was really nervous, and he used a turn of phrase which caught all of us, struck our funny bone, because the phrase, the word that he claims that he said is bougie, which is the short form of bourgeois, which means something that's kind of fancy and all that. And the kids use that these days. But I swear he said twice, Bucci. Pretty sure.
Oh, he said it was either Bucci or bougie. He didn't say either.
Bougie.
No matter what.
Bougie is what I kept hearing.
Either way, it was wrong. And it was so funny. And we had to make fun of him.
It was almost as wrong as when Corey reads anything in the Old Testament.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so we have been going round and round about what this episode's going to be, if we're going to do something funny, do something serious, and we opted for somewhere in between. And we wanted to talk about fears. And I guess one of the things that kind of got us down this path was me confronting one on Saturday.
Are you afraid of them?
Really? I mean, I'm not a fan of snakes. Okay?
I'm not a fan.
It's not one of those things I lay awake at night and have nightmares about.
No.
I grew up, there was a creek in my backyard. We had woods, and I saw garter snakes all the time. And so it really was never a panic, going into fits kind of a fear. But I had to collect myself Saturday. I mean, so if you don't know, if you're not a friend of me on Facebook or whatever, I put this out there, but I was going to go out and take the cover off the Blackstone and cook some pork tenderloins. And in doing so, I've already cooked on it a number of times this season. And so it wasn't like it's the first time I'd taken the cover off and used it.
I'd already made some pork tenders.
What?
I don't know.
It's been a long few days.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Slap happy.
Anyway, I take out, and I'll have, if for those of you that watch on YouTube, I'll have Shelby go steal the picture and she can throw it in there, throw it into the mix, and you can see it. But I took off the cover, and right there under the griddle, sticking out, was the balled up rat snake. And it was a good size, and it was just staring me.
4 or 5 foot snake.
It was staring me right in the face, and I kind of backed off right quick. I'm not sure what I said.
I can tell you exactly what I said. I didn't tell you how much I needed new underwear after that.
So anyway, I went back in and got kind of armed, gloved up, and grabbed my mother-in-law's extended grabbers.
I was watching the video and I was like, why in the world does Tiger have like snake wrangling tools?
Because it's not a snake wrangling.
It's not for the cabinets that are too high.
Yeah, no, now I know. That makes sense.
So, yeah.
But that's what they use. Like, they'll use those.
Because to know Tiger is to know that he shops on the Home Shopping Network.
No, but my mother-in-law does.
Something out there
Whatever
that has
gadget
a random
is
gadget.
right.
Tiger's going to have it.
I am a sucker for gadgets. But those are mine. So my plan was, and somebody commented, one of my oldest friends who we played football together, he actually went to North Carolina, played football there, and played for the Bears, and ended up with the Carolina Panthers. Anyway, Fergie says, "Why are you wearing one glove?" So, I mean, he must have like broke down the video. And I was like, well, here's my plan. I had my grabbers were in my left hand and I gloved my right hand so that I could grab him, have my strong hand on the body so I could hold him. That was my plan. Well, when the thing by the time I went in to get my stuff and come back out, he had gone under the griddle and was like out of my reach. I really couldn't even get the grabbers in there at that point. And I was like, okay, well, this is the way you want to play. So I turned the griddle on, all the burners, and I just waited because it was not going to be long. And so when he came down, he came out the right side and started headed for the house and toward the door. The door was closed. But anyway, I was like, all right, it got real there for just a second. And so I shifted the grabber to my right hand because that was the nearest one to him. And that's why my plan broke down and I didn't, my grabber and gloved hand were all the same. So anyway, you saw it. I grabbed it and slung it over the fence. But I mean, again, a lot of people are like, you're so brave. I mean, I was just wanting to eat.
And pork tenders weren't eating themselves.
I was just wanting to eat
pork chops. I guess I could eat rat snake if that thing wouldn't have come out of there.
If it was Corey, he'd gone to Melly and said, it's cereal for dinner.
That's right.
Break out the tuna fish.
Actually, if it was Corey,
tuna.
If it was Corey, Melody would have already lit the grill on fire.
That's very true.
I had so many people. That is a thing. We'll talk about fears. That is a thing for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy Stephan, one of our good friends, he's still not even seen the picture. He won't watch it. He won't let Melissa show him the picture because he'll have nightmares about
He's
it.
that scared of snakes.
Yes.
I hate them. I don't like them at all. But
I had people like burning down the house, selling the house, all these things because the snake.
I will not kill a black snake though because
they keep the other one away.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what saved this one.
In the back of my head, I would have called Chase Hively.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that too.
Yep. I'd have called
Chase is like our local.
Why didn't you turn Archie loose on him?
Steve Irwin?
That would have been interesting.
Well, both dogs.
Have you seen that video of the guy's just like out in the field and there's a big old snake in front of him and his dog comes running at him? And then the dog sees the snake, picks him up, whips him, and just flings him.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
That's awesome.
I did see that. Yeah.
All right.
They probably would have done it. But anyway, that's to talk about fears.
Yeah.
Pork
You got one?
No, snakes definitely are high on mine. My next one, I think the biggest one beyond that is heights. I hate heights.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
We got a good story about that
From
Greece.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't go around and just fall down all the time. But if I'm near heights,
I'm so glad. That would be weird.
Somebody else listening is, dadgum, that's exactly what I do. I just fall down all the time.
but you get me near something high, and in my head is I'm going to fall over this thing.
If I'm up there, I'm falling off of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I cannot get that out of my head. I mean, like, so anyway,
There's some people I know that definitely didn't need to be there then.
right?
They
I mean,
do
like,
fall down
I know
a lot.
There are people that do that. I mean, like, but that's not generally what happens in my life. But
This would be a terrible time to fall.
I'm right. I mean, like,
That would be your
if
time.
it's
right?
ever going to happen, it's going to be when I'm in like 80 foot high or something.
It's
like
funny to
that.
me because you keep saying you so desperately want to go on the roof.
Yeah, I'll go on this roof at some point in time.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
You're going to be.
Well, in the middle, it's not so bad. It's getting
Right.
to the edge.
It's right.
Yeah,
If
but
they
he's
had
gotta
not
get
put the
there.
ladder up the side, I would have gone up this time. But
gotta
they,
get there,
they stopped using the lift and decided they were going to walk up a ladder, 2 ladders, to try to get to the back of the roof. And I wasn't doing that.
No.
Because next to heights is ladders. So I don't mind step ladders, but I don't like extension ladders.
But they are
I mean,
related.
because, they
You
can.
know why? Because you think.
I don't think they're going to fall backwards, but they could.
When I get on it, it would be a terrible time to fall. I don't fall often.
I don't miss stairs very often, but if I'm going to, it's going to be like at the time when I'm up high somewhere. So anyway,
Heights are not typically a big fear of mine, but we got on the big Ferris wheel thing at the island.
I won't be.
There's one of them that it has a glass bottom. Well, I didn't get on that one. I couldn't do that one. But we were on one, and the way it comes down, the side walls come down to the bottom, like it kind of bows and turns in a little bit. And so it does come on to the bottom a little bit. Well, Roman and Preston, they couldn't have been maybe between 2 and 4 when we got on that thing. And of course, they don't care. They're leaning into this thing, and all I
don't
can
go
think
to the Grand
of
Canyon.
is them fall. Oh my God, there's no way. But we were stuck on that thing with a bee too, and that was not a fun time. They don't typically bother me, but that time I wasn't terrified of heights for me. I was terrified of heights for my kids.
Yeah.
And them falling.
It's so much worse when your kids are with you.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon, we walked probably a mile along the edge. There's nothing. There's nothing. And I'm just like,
Slick
that's
rock.
not, right. And anyway.
You hung back.
Yeah, there's like
Stay
20
back
people
about 10
killed a
feet.
year at the Grand Canyon because they fall in.
Just because of stupid people.
Right.
Oh, I just thought of it.
Bad time to fall.
This would be a really bad time to fall.
Right. So,
I've never really thought of it that way, but now I'm going to think about it.
right.
So you're. I mean, I don't like heights
The
either.
chances of falling are not nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially as we get older.
Right.
Need to take matter of balance.
That's why I'm working out now.
For us, it was Anakista. The first time we went up to Anakista, and that like lift chair that's
Yeah,
just
I don't
got
like
nothing but a
those.
bar, and you're just swinging. And the kids, Leah was just like holding on to the kids the whole time. She was free.
So like I love skiing. I mean, like I've always gone skiing since 6th, 7th grade. But I hate the chairlifts.
Yeah.
I hate them. And now my boys, like, because it doesn't bother them, I will not ride in a chairlift with them because they will just sit there and
Swing
bounce and swing and make fun the whole time.
So hold on. So if you get on one of those, does your leg not bounce?
No,
we
dead
found the
still.
We found the solution.
maybe. Yeah. Long story short,
He gets on a chairlift. His watch is like, "Are you okay?"
funniest chairlift story is
Stop
I
moving.
passed out on a chairlift one time.
You've
so-
passed out a lot of places.
yeah.
You do pass out. You don't randomly fall down, but you do pass out.
Yeah. I generally know
That's
it's
the
coming,
fair.
But yeah.
The new fear is not. This is a bad time to fall down. This is a bad time to pass out.
Really bad time.
It's
How
not
did you
unfounded.
do? How'd you do on the chairlift at the natural tunnel when I took you all up there last?
I was
Christmas?
okay. It was okay.
Okay. Because you didn't really get that far off the ground.
Yeah.
You think you're off.
Going
the
over
ground.
that
you
edge.
didn't. You did not tell us
No.
we were going to that. And when we got there and I saw the chair lift, my first thought was Corey's going to sit in this van.
I almost walked up.
I did wonder if you were going to walk too. Yeah. But
If you think about it, it really is not that far
Yeah,
off.
I
wasn't
mean,
bad.
like I can generally manage my fears. Like I can generally manage them. Like that snake, I'd have freaked out when I saw it, but then I probably
You'd have
would have been
figured
able to do
something
what you had done some way or another, or I'd have killed it.
Yeah.
One, even though I didn't want to kill it. So
but you're not afraid of needles.
I'm not afraid of needles, but I will pass out with needles.
Is
but
it
I haven't
blood
in a
or
long
just
time.
needles?
It is the idea that something is inside my body that's not supposed to be there. Like it is that whole idea that like so anyway, that's it. It is that anyway.
Yes.
So but I have not passed out like with a needle in probably 4 or 5 years now because I have figured out that part of that is that I'll hold my breath and then like so if you'll keep me talking,
Yeah.
Keep you alert.
yes, then I'm usually okay. So like I've given blood 2 or 3 times in the last year and not passed out. Whereas at one point in time, and I'll tell them like you're better off let me go ahead and lay down because it's likely I'm going to pass out.
I'm going to end there.
Yeah.
Don't call the crash cart.
I want to end up there softly.
Right. Yes, that's the story. Jason said, "Don't call the crash cart." Whenever I had to do a TB skin test, which is not even drawing blood. It's just it's a prick on your skin. And anyway, so long story, I had run the longest I'd ever run. It was like 14 miles that day. Had not gotten to eat afterwards. I had an appointment. I had to go get the skin test done. It was for our adoption for Emmy. But in the middle of that, I had to pick up Bennett from preschool. So I went, picked him up, ran over there, got it done, and told him. I was like, I'm likely to pass out, all this other stuff. Did fine, laid down, got it all done. Well, when we got done, they couldn't cover it up because it's a test that they couldn't put gauze or anything like on. And it basically just looked like a mosquito bite. But I sat up, Looked at it. I wake up and they're bringing the crash cart in like I've had some cardiac arrest or something like that. And so anyway,
Hit him with the paddles.
I got up real quick at that point. I'm good. We'll get to the truck. Let me go. So anyway, but yeah. Damn.
What you got?
I don't know. I didn't think through this very well. I don't like spiders.
That's one of mine.
I don't like spiders. I don't like snakes. I don't like things. I don't know. I don't like the ocean. I don't like.
I don't like the ocean.
Mm-mm.
This ought to
don't
be
like the
fun here in
ocean?
a couple of weeks.
Mm-mm.
So like a cruise?
You go in the ocean?
Oh, cruise is not going to happen for many reasons, but the ocean. Leah calls it monster soup. That's what she calls
The ocean?
Because the ocean's got a bunch of monsters in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't go into the ocean.
I go in, but I won't go very deep. I also had that. I've told y'all before about the time that I had a triathlon and I had not trained swimming and I had a new wetsuit and I put it on and jumped in the ocean and went for a swim 2 weeks
fill up?
before.
Did it fill
I was going to, I was like, okay, I'm not ready for the swim, but we have a vacation 2 weeks before the triathlon. So I'll just put on my new wetsuit. I will swim every day. It was April because it was going to be cold in the ocean. I'll swim every day and then I'll be ready for my triathlon. No big deal. And put on this wetsuit, which is the first time I'd ever put one on.
Claustrophobic.
Very tight. And took off in the ocean. Started panicking a little bit. So I turned in to come in. And then I got caught in a riptide.
Oh, that's tough.
No.
And, they tell you to swim left or right, but
It goes out your brain. Like you don't remember it.
I
Yeah.
panicked. And nobody was there. It was April in the beach. And anyway, so I wound up getting out, landed to shore. I had not gone very far, and I took that wetsuit off and just sat on the beach for like 30 minutes trying to progress.
Oh, gosh.
Ever since then, I've been a little extra freaked out about
Yeah. Okay.
about the ocean.
That's
The
legit.
ocean.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, even your kids being and
Yeah.
taking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leah does not. Yeah, Leah hates the ocean a lot more than I do. She hates spiders too. I could tell you a good Leah story. In college, she called me one time because she had a spider in her dorm room, and she was freaking out. And so I came. She didn't have anything to kill it with, so she got a hairspray bottle and was just trying to get it with hairspray.
Trying
But
to
it was
freeze
on her
And
bed.
it would have just frozen in place.
Hey, so her sheets were like
standing up.
hard as a rock.
If only she'd had a lighter.
Right.
Flamethrower.
Been in trouble. So
Melody called me one time. There was a snake in the house. I stayed at the office.
Good luck.
go put it on the grill.
Yeah.
We also know that Leah has a fear of tight spaces and roundabout doors. Thanks to Tiger.
Oh, and that really brings up another one for me. I trapped Leah in one of the revolving glass doors once, and I've never heard the end of it. Never heard the end of it. It was all of about 0.3 seconds.
It was very short.
To her, it was 14 years.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, fear of tight spaces. Okay, so I may have shared this story before. I don't remember. But
Were there pork
several
tenders in there?
no. Well, we may have eaten them that week, but we went to Fall Creek Falls to camp, and you're gonna love my camping buddies, Michael, Lemuel, and Frank Crawford, our then pastor at the time. I was on staff with him. Lim wasn't on staff but we were all, we sang together and anything. Anyway, we went to Fall Creek Falls to camp, and there were tunnels. There's tunnels there that you can go caving in.
No.
I had never done it
That's
in
a
my
big
life.
one for me. I do not do underground.
So, well, now I don't. But they decided, and Michael was this huge spelunker.
Yes, he loves
He's a spelunker. That's what the formal word for getting in caves.
Yeah.
So, they have all the gear. They have the coveralls and the head things and the lights and the, all the boots and everything. And I'm just, I got jeans and a thick shirt on and a little bitty flashlight. And they're like, hey, this is, and I'm like, can I, because I'm like twice as big as both of these guys. And I'm like, are you sure that I can get in here? Because I'd never done it. And I really wasn't afraid of a whole lot. And so they're like, oh, no problem. So we get a quarter mile into this cave. I mean, we've done dodged and out and up and down and over and through. And I mean, it's pitch black. I mean, obviously you can't see anything. And so there is this area right before it gets to this big auditorium sized room in there. You've got to go into what they call a fat man squeeze. And I'm crawling through.
I'm freaking out listening to this.
Listen, son,
I mean, not like this.
I'm like, it had not dawned on me until I get in there and I'm touching all sides.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
All sides is rock. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a pretty large human. And I am in this cave. There could be an earthquake at any moment. You start thinking about, I don't normally fall.
Right.
This would be
You never know what's going to happen.
It's not often that you have seismic activity in this area, but it could happen right now. And I'm done. I'm toast. I'm just put a
The
stone
worst
up.
part is, yes, you're done, but you're not done then. You're done about 72 to 100 hours after that.
Exactly.
And that's going to be miserable.
And then something's gnawing on you,
Oh, God, man.
before you get to the end
I
of
have
it.
a new fear unlocked. I mean,
Anyway,
snakes in those caves.
I finally
Spider.
listen,
They've got little bitty teeth.
oh, God.
I finally made it through, and it was a neat experience. But I will not do that again.
Oh, God.
There's nothing down there that holds any kind of allure for me beyond that's going to overcome me feeling like I ain't coming out of this rock.
Spiders are all blind down there. They just have to feel around for everything.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
No, I can't. I can't do spiders. Is at the top. I love snakes. So I had a snake when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, I
And,
forgot.
when I
That's
say
right.
a kid, I was a teenager and into college, and we're actually trying to get a snake now. Like we want.
And that's why I'll never
I
go
mean,
to
I could
Jason's
find
house
you. I
anymore.
could scrape one up for you. I kind of know where he landed.
Oh yeah, it's certain kinds of snakes that are the friendly ones that we want in the house that can't hurt you or do anything. But
They can all hurt you.
There's no. There's
not
no
those
such
ball
thing.
pythons. They can't hurt you. They can't hurt you. There's no
They could
is
You could wrap
squeeze
one
your
around
arm
your neck.
off.
3 foot ball python snake. That thing can't hurt you. There's no way.
Maybe not, but we can hurt Jax.
Maybe, but doubtfully. Even doubtfully.
Oh my gosh, no. That's a hard
I would sit on the couch watching TV with that thing sitting on my lap and just kind of crawling around. It's totally fine. No,
Did it bite you?
It bit me once whenever I was feeding. So I was feeding it, and you had to feed it little mice. It got to the point I was feeding it little feeder gerbils, big feeder gerbils. But I would put it in. I went to put it in, and I didn't drop the mouse fast enough, and so whenever I dropped it, he was going, and so he kind of got me on the thumb. I didn't even know he bit me, and because it didn't hurt at all, had no pain whatsoever, and until I started seeing 2 little blood spots, and I was like, oh, he did bite me. It didn't bother me at all. But spiders is very much at the top of my list. And in fact, whenever Megan and I first got married, she still does to some degree, talk in her sleep. But there was one night we were laying there, and I had just fallen asleep, and she jumps up out of the bed screaming, "Spiders, spiders, spiders!" That freaked me out. Like I jumped out of the bed, and I'm like, "Where? And she's pointing at the wall, and so I'm looking at the wall, thinking there's spiders on the wall, and I see no spiders. And then finally, at this point, she kind of wakes up and she realizes, oh, sorry, I was asleep. And I thought I was going to lose my mind. I was like, I'm never going back to sleep in this room again. Scared me to death. I do not like spiders. And I don't like enclosed spaces, mostly because of my times with MRIs in my back.
Yeah.
Those have messed me up. But probably my biggest fear is clowns.
Yeah, I knew you. I didn't know if you'd mention
I
that.
do not like clowns. Those things.
Excuse you.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
That might be the end of the podcast there, boys and girls. I'm glad that I hope somebody enjoys this because I'm going to need to go sit in a dark room after this and decompress. Y'all got me really on edge after all that talking about the caves and the spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you're laying down so you.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
For those of you who wonder, that sound you're hearing, they are
Austin had a really
boring
good meal at
through-
Taco Bell yesterday.
Yeah, first time in 8 years. Finally tried Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I got to run.
They are boring through the wall down below us, expanding the kids ministry. So that's what that is.
Yep.
It's a real life thing.
Yeah.
Clowns.
Yeah, I hate them. There's nothing about a grown man disguising himself for kids' activities. I don't get it. I don't understand.
John Wayne Gacy
That's
just
right.
killed it for everybody.
It doesn't make any sense
Dang
to me.
it.
I just don't.
There
get
are
it.
so many things.
Did you never serve at a church with a clown ministry?
No.
Oh,
I would have
That'd
killed
be
that
funny
thing.
You've seen.
Wait, but
Because that would have been an interesting dichotomy if you're working and then somebody, who thinks that's their ministry
Yeah.
to kids shows up and you.
No.
So we had a clown, when I was in youth and we did kind of the beach thing, we would do puppets. Because I'm 80s.
Yep.
We did puppets. We did
Felt
clowns.
boards.
We did rap. Y'all have never heard our rap.
I've heard of it, but yeah.
But clowns were big back then, man. And it was a big part of
No, that makes sense to me. So the Jose Luis in Guatemala,
Yes.
he doesn't do it much now. He's kind of gotten away from doing it. But the first time we had him as one of our translators, I guess he found out that I was afraid of probably Shelby's fault. She probably told him.
Probably.
But, we were sitting there, and there was one day we were going to a school, and I didn't know that he was coming out in the clown costume, and he was sick that day. So his voice was that really raspy, deep voice, and he came up behind me and he said something, and I turned around and there's a clown standing behind me, and he is really lucky I didn't punch him in the face. I am not. I don't do clowns. There's nothing about them that's okay. Have you been to what is it? It's not the circus, the Shriners thing at the
convention
what is it,
center.
Food City, whatever now instead of Thompson Bowling.
yeah.
They've done it over there, and they'll do clowns.
Circus.
It is a circus.
Yeah, it's a circus.
Man, those clowns, they look something that that ain't right. It's just not right. Well, my boys they wanted to go down to down on the floor. I said, no, those clowns are down there. You're not going down there. I can't let you go down there.
I also have
my
a fear of eyes, touching eyes.
Touching eyes.
No,
us.
that gives me the big time willies.
Touching other people touching eyes?
Eyes?
Or
Yeah.
you
Something
touching?
touching
So
your
if I
eye.
touch my
Either way.
contact right now, you wouldn't
Either
like
way.
that.
So yeah, Beth jokes because we were in our worship ministry staff meeting a couple months ago, and her contact fell out, and she was trying to get it back in, and I freaked out.
I
had
could
to leave.
take mine
She
out
thought
and in
she was
right
gonna
here.
Lose her job that day. No, don't. I can't handle.
Caleb's worst fear is a paper cut to the eye.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, God. My eyes are watering now.
I mean, what's the likelihood of, how do you even think about that? Look at him.
There was a show, I think, that had something where it happened one time or something like that. And so, yeah,
Oh,
No, it's not.
we just added to the list of fears now. So,
He's never going to walk with papers again.
It's looking.
I mean, you might fall.
He's like, Hannah, go get the papers off the copier for me, please.
it'd be a terrible time to fall into my eye.
Oh, man.
Oh God.
All right. And with that, I think we'll probably draw this one to a conclusion.
Before it gets really loud in here.
Maybe it's
I
probably
think we're
going to
louder than that.
it's probably going to get going here pretty good. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed the whatever we want to call this episode, the fear episode.
Phobia episode.
It's got to be May. We got to get you another one about May. May's been crazy. Maybe we'll tease another
What's
episode.
funny is as much as we've joked even just today about May, we're only on the 5th.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
Cinco de Mayo.
This is right at the beginning.
Yeah. All right. That's been it. This is it for Seymour from the Front Pew. And we thank you for listening as always. You can always let us know some topics you'd like to hear from the boys, and we
Please.
might take it up. And we're always looking for topics. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see
Later.
ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Seymour from the Front Pew. Our sole desire for this podcast is to glorify God by educating and encouraging His body. If you would like to learn more about anything you've heard today, feel free to reach out by email at staff@seymourfbc.org or by visiting our website at seymourfbc.org. If you're located near our community and do not have a church home, come worship with us at 10:15 a.m. on Sunday morning. Until then, we pray God's richest blessings on you and yours as you love God, love others, make disciples, and live the life.